So,
All right, welcome back, everyone. We are now in chapter 22 of the Outstanding User Interfaces for Shiny book. And today we are starting a case study. So the case study is about shinyMobile. The shinyMobile package, let's look at its page. It is now in its version 2. And when the book was written, I think it was in version 1 point something or below that. So there are some changes that have happened since the book was written, but we are going to only recreate some of the components of the shinyMobile, which do not directly relate to this version. But let me quickly show you the purpose of Shiny and how it looks. So this is the first example that you see on the page of the shinyMobile website, and it's showing you it could have side panels, both on the left and the right, and then you have multiple cards on the main page. And you could also have multiple tabs like this. So this would look something like this. And then here's another one, which contains the data frame table. So this is what the shinyMobile looks like, and it is the main purpose. It is apparent from the name that we want to create a Shiny app that is particularly designed for the small screens, particularly the mobile phone. So this is another example with Android theme, and then this one is with the iOS theme. So the first question that you may have is why shinyMobile? Why can't we do the same thing with Shiny and BSLib? BSLib also help you create responsive layouts. So to some extent, BSLib now can address this problem of the layout, creating mobile friendly layouts first that can also be responsive to larger screens. But one of the other advantages of using the shinyMobile package to create Shiny apps is that you can create progressive web apps. And we'll look at what progressive web apps are just in a moment. In the first part of this case study in chapter 22, the discussion tells us that the sharpened a package can be used to create the different frameworks for creating Shiny apps. And you can basically use the JavaScript and CSS dependencies to create new packages that can help you create different types of Shiny apps. And about the mobile development, the chapter says that what we want is a native looking app for the cell phone platform. And generally for Android, there are programming languages like Java that are used. And for iOS, Swift is used, and I'm not sure, but I think Go is also one of the languages that is probably used for this. We also want something that can be installed on the device and also could work offline. At least some of the features should work offline. So progressive web apps allow doing that, where you don't have to write two different languages to design two different apps for the same thing on iOS and Android. You can create a progressive web app which would still be available through a URL, but your users would be able to install it. So we want uh, uh, the app to be capable so that it has media control, file system access on the cell phone. We want it to be reliable so that you could use it fast and also offline. And we also want it to be installable, as I said, so that you can launch it from the user's home screen. So in terms of what installable means, one point here is that Shiny uses WebSockets, but we want the app to serve over HTTPS. That's one thing that now shinyMobile 2 has that feature. If I scroll up and go to articles, there is one article about multi-pages, and it says that it is experimental at this point, but uh, Yeah, it says it's experimental. So this allows you to actually create a multi-page Shiny app that uses the brochure package by Colin Fay. So I think this does address this point, and then it should have a manifest, which is essentially a JSON file that contains the metadata of the app, and it will contain information about the name of the app, some icons that would show up on the cell phone on the home screen, and when the app first launches, just like any mobile apps. And then it should also have a service worker, which also is essentially a JavaScript thing, which can essentially cache the contents of the app, which means that it is stored on your cell phone so that if you are offline, then you have some support, some of the features should work. So how do you develop the progressive web app using shinyMobile? The framework 7 is the main framework that is used to create the shinyMobile package, and that enables creating progressive web apps. And in chapter 24, we are going to see how to use different features of shinyMobile and framework 7 to make it PWA. So it's not the features of the shinyMobile itself, but we provide that feature to shinyMobile using the discussion in this chapter. But today we are only going to discuss in chapter 22 and 23. So in chapter 23, we are going to recreate shinyMobile package using the sharp-ente R package. And we are going to use all the information from framework 7 to create it. Now, since this is a long chapter, it has many different components, and essentially we are making an R package. I divided this into separate folders. So here I have this shinyMobile folder, which has each of these are packages, and I show different sections of the chapter in each of these packages. So I'll start with shinyMobile 1, and I have already opened that R project here. And these instructions are global, which currently live in this shinyMobile main folder. So, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to load the sharp-ente library. And then we are going to check what are the dependencies of framework 7. I'm going to still refer to this chapter so that I am not lost. So in this introduction section, again, it provides us the motivation of why we are creating the shinyMobile package here. And then it goes into initiating the package. So our first step is to look for the dependencies. So if I run this, I'm going to run sharp-ente. Why is this not running? I okay, I know why it's not running, but let me quickly install it. If we look at the GitHub of sharp-ente, here we can see the main reason why this is used. So the goal of this package is to significantly reduce the complexity of creating new HTML templates for Shiny. So as Angel has previously shown us, we have used this to create some of the other features. The last time we discussed Shiny Bulma. This time we are going to use this package again to create Shiny Mobile.
Umair, sorry, do you have the microphone up or you have down? Because you far away.
Okay, let me check. Is it better now or
Yeah,
no?
yeah, it'll be better. Yeah,
Let me check. What about now?
yeah, perfect.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I'm gonna quickly install it. I recall now that I actually ran all of this code in a different user account. So It probably won't work in this one, but let's see. If it doesn't, then I probably have to switch my account. Uh,
Okay.
but let's try. So I'm
Well,
gonna
you are in a
gonna
really recent version of R, so
yeah.
you should get everything.
Yeah, it should be working. I'm just wondering if I have all the needed packages here.
Yeah.
So while this is installing, we can talk. So with Charpente, once we have loaded it, we want to see what are the different dependencies of the framework 7, which is the main framework that is used to create progressive web apps. So if you see the website of framework 7, this is the main page, and it shows us these live sections of framework 7 that we can use to create different things, for example, accordion and so on. And if I click on get started, there are different ways. There are obviously React, Vue, and other frameworks we can use, but I'm going to focus only on JavaScript, the plain JavaScript. And it shows us that there is an app HTML layout that you can use. And this is essentially what the chapter uses. It's more or less the same thing that we see here. This is the main layout that is used for shinyMobile as well. Let's see. Okay, this is installed. So if I run get dependency assets, uh, let me load it again. And so we see that for framework 7, and for this version of framework 7, we need a JavaScript file that it should be bundle.min.js, and we also need a CSS file. So these are the main dependencies that we need. And this function is not actually giving us these dependencies. There's another function that we need to run. And for this project, shinyMobile 1, in this package, uh, we are only going to discuss these sections in the chapter from 23.2 to 23.3. And that is until this framework 7 layouts. So in first section, while we have already initiated the package, actually not initiated the package is initiated using these two lines. So what I've done is instead of providing temporary directory, I just provided my D drive, and then I provided the name that I want for my package. And then I used create sharpente and then provided this path and the license MIT. Running this created this folder structure for me within shinyMobile folder. And we can see that it has the inst folder, the R folder, and it also adds this src.js folder and styles folder. These other folders like tests and R and inst are generally part of an R package, but src.js is only added when we want to include JavaScript dependencies. So this is added by Sharpente when we create this new package. And so this is what I have run, and I got this. Then now we want to add these dependencies. So I tell it that I want dependencies from framework 7, and I want it for versions 5.7.14. Now the current version of framework 7 is 7, but at the time of writing of the book, it was this version, so we are using this one. And there's a typo, I think, in the chapter here. It says within the options, we say sharpen the options bundle equals true, but there's actually no argument called bundle.
No,
It,
no, it was not an error. The point is at that point there was a bundle option. Remember that in the
yeah,
chat that they have many different files and they say,
mm,
oh, we just need the bundle, you know? And
yeah,
so, but later in newer version of Sharpened, they just have a local true or false and that's it. So you don't
yeah.
need
Now
to
I
care
remember
about.
you also mentioned it. Yeah,
So it's not typo. It's like old version of even the same package.
right, right. So yeah, as you showed in the table last week also, we can either use local or we can use CDN. So in this case, we are only using the local version. And so now we are going to create a single page layout. And for that, we are going to use HTML to R and provide the HTML. So the HTML that we need is this HTML, which is on the Framework 7 page. But in the chapter, they have also provided us with HTMLs. So here is the main HTML. And actually, before looking at this, let me see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, so this file, framework7-dependencies.r, is also created by Sharpented for us once we run this function, create dependency. So this has actually downloaded the dependencies for us and also created the R file within the R folder. If I open this, we can see that it has this function, add framework dependencies, and this will be used in our R function uh, to to actually get these dependencies and see these are the same dependencies that have the bundle suffix in the names.
Yeah, that's the one. It's a little bit much easier to add dependence in this way.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of trying to add it ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, because it's really specific. If you have any chart, any word wrong, you will get an error, but it will take care of everything basically.
Right. Um, so next, we are going to discuss the different layouts. So as shown here, there are three main layouts. There is a single page layout that Shiny is popular for. It's shown here. There's a multi-tabs layout where you have these tabs at the bottom. And you also have a split layout that is more suitable for larger screens like tablets or desktop. So in this chapter, we're only going to use the single layout. So as I was saying before, the main scaffold of the HTML page is like this, where you have this head section, and then you have the body section. Within the body section, you need to give it information about the dependency of JavaScript, as well as any JavaScript that you want to add. So all of that, as is the tradition, goes in the body section. And then this is more details on the head. So for the head section or head tag, we see that it uses the typical meta tags. So we provide the chart set as UTF-8, and we also provide the viewport. And since this is mainly for mobile phones, we are going to provide the width equals to device width. So it is detected, and it's going to be full width for the device. Initial scale is 1. Maximum scale and minimum scale are also 1, so we are not changing the scale. And the viewport fit is cover. So this ensures that we are providing the right fit for the screen. And then Apple mobile web app capable, as the name suggests, this is for the iOS devices. But now whenever I run this, I see in the console it says that this has changed and it provides another alternative to use. I did not use it just for the demonstration, but this is just a warning that we need to update this. Excuse me. So then we have the theme color where we can provide any color. Now, I'm not sure why this is provided this way because we provide it here, but we also later provide it in the F7 page that will show in a moment. So this is redundant, I think, but it is still there. Maybe both of them should be there.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe we might need to be some experimentation to see what changes.
yeah. And then we have the title that shows up in the tab, and then the CSS bundle goes here, as well as any CSS that we provide. Then in the body tag, we provide the nav bar, the toolbar, and the scrollable page content of our app. And let's see. Yeah, so another thing, this is part of Framework 7, where you need to provide a view-main class that will provide the main view of the app. because this is the single page layout. So this needs to be provided in the body tag. Now for the navigation bar and the toolbar, there's other HTMLs that are provided here. So these classes are used, navbar class. For the bottom toolbar, the toolbar dash bottom class is used, and we can provide links for that bottom toolbar. And just so that we know what we're talking about, this is the bottom toolbar, this thing. And the nav bar is at the top. And then see, and now is the time to basically use these HTMLs and then convert them into R functions. And for that, the function name that was chosen was f7 underscore page. So here, f7 underscore page goes within the R folder. If I open it, this folder now contains everything that we've seen in the chapter. So we have the head part that contains all the meta tags, the theme color that we were just talking about. And then this is where we also use add dependencies. So within add dependencies, we provide body. So we don't provide the dependencies with the head tag. And this is from earlier chapters that mention that currently there's no way to do that. So we provide that directly in the body. And this add dependencies function actually also comes from the shinyMobile. So when we created the packet with shinyMobile, it created this shinyMobile-utils.r, and it created this add dependencies function, which essentially, once a tag is provided to it, will add dependencies after finding these dependencies using the find dependencies function. And so these are all the dependencies that we have added within, if I go back to my main directory, and if we go to inst, and then we look at framework 7, these are the dependencies, CSS dependency, and the JS dependencies. So essentially, this function looks in these folders, get all these dependencies, and then add them to our tag once it is provided within the function right here. So this is our
Does the
initial.
framework 7 dependency also have the style sheet? Because can you click over in your framework 7 dependencies?
This one?
Yeah, okay, yeah. You have the script and you have the CSS because you're
Yeah,
pointing just one file, but that file is really a folder.
yeah.
Yeah, so you are in both together. Perfect.
And then, so I'm going to close this one and this one as well. So now that we have this ready, we are ready to test it. So just to show you the options, the parameters of the function, we have this, which indicates the content that goes on our page, the navbar code or function, and the toolbar function, and then the title that we want to provide. So let's test it. So for that, what we need to do is, and actually in the chapter, it mentions that HTML2R is also a function that we have previously seen. It's part of the shinyui library, and that was used to essentially take these HTMLs and then convert them um, into R equivalents using the tags thing. Um, by the way, I also provided the meta tags when I was trying this all by myself, and it does not provide the meta tags. So the meta tags part here that is added in the head, this is added by the author of the chapter. These were not converted, even though we provide this HTML equivalent to HTML2R. It only converts the code in the body tag.
Oh,
Next,
even you provided, like just ignore?
Yeah, so if I actually run it here, um, let's see, HTML to R, and then if I provide,
Simple quotes, yeah, because
let's see,
you go
where
to
is
the
the
JavaScript.
this one?
Okay,
Okay, let's try that. This is not the reason. This, I think something else went wrong right now, but let me
probably.
remove these comments. Um, no, this is not a comment. Okay, and
Missing
this
about it.
comment, and
I don't see any. You might need to open a new R script and then pasting it into the session.
still the same issue. But
That
yeah,
do.
the last time I tested it, this was not the issue. The issue
Okay,
was that it converted the body tags, but it did not convert the other one. There is
okay,
also the HTML to our Shiny app.
yeah,
This one, let's provide that here.
okay,
So let's go back, copy this, and convert. Yeah, the last
yeah,
time
sure.
I tested it here, it provided me with tags, but it did not provide me with meta tags. But I did not see this error. I don't know why I'm seeing this error now.
Yeah, got it.
Anyways,
Interesting.
yeah, let's
Maybe
go back.
because they don't have the meta in HTML, but they should have it as HTML.
Yeah, and I saw that even if we have the comments in there, it just says tags $sign comments. That's it. It still provides some answer, but I don't know why it doesn't right now.
Well,
Okay,
when we figure out.
yeah. So let's document the package, and then we are gonna load the package, and now we are going to run a small Shiny app. And notice here within F7 page, we have content, navbar, toolbar, title. So that's what we provide, content. Navbar is using F7 navbar function. That is also, we're using HTML to R, we get this. And this is a toolbar. So we provide that. And if you run this, we actually do not see the words test that we expect from this. And that was expected, as the chapter mentions. What happened is that we failed to initialize the app. So the app must be initialized first, and that should be happening inside the JavaScript part. So we need to do that there. And that is within this other uh, folder. I'm gonna switch to that. Um, or maybe I should just close this first and then open it from here. Close this. All right. So we've discussed this part, and yeah. So it mentions that we actually forgot the app initialization step. And for doing that, we are going to activate all the template components, and these are part of Framework 7. So it has its own router, it has its own panels, and to do that, we need to go into JavaScript. And for doing that, we need to create the init.js file. And for doing that, we are going to use the create_js function from uh, from Sharpenting. So I'm going to go back to my instructions, and we're going to switch to the next section. So we run this first, and let me check if I have already created this. This should be within src.js. Yes, it's already there. And when you create init.js, the first thing that you see is this. So this is jQuery that is creating this app. So when we say that we need to initialize the app, it is the app inside JavaScript. So we use new framework 7, and within framework 7, we create this JavaScript object. And here we tell it that the root of the app is whatever name we want to provide here with hashtag. So we say app, and then the name of the app is also provided, and all the other options, the global options that we want to provide from framework 7 go here. So we'll see several options today, given the time we have, probably not all of them, but let's see. So once it is created here, we see the same thing here. And we also need to add this because remember we have this view dash main inside our function. So if I go back and open my F7 page, we have this view dash main class. So this is what we also need to initialize. So we take app, we say views dot create, and then it will create this main view. So this is also important. All right. So once we have this, we should be able to run it and create it. So we need to essentially build the JavaScript. So we do that using build.js. And then once we have that, it should create this thing for us. Hopefully we don't get this error, but let's see. It's taking some time. Didn't take this much time the last time, but let's see. Last time when I first ran it, I got this error running command. So it did not produce any error, it just provided me this warning. The good thing is that now it did not provide that warning. But if you see this, you will have to go to terminal and then install npm again, and then run build-prod, because the build_js function essentially is running this command, npm run build prod. So if you don't have a older version of npm, it may throw this warning. Good thing is we did not get it right now. And
Okay.
and what it does is it is going to create this thing. We go to the inst folder, and within the inst folder, it now has created within shinyMobile folder a dist folder, which did not exist in the previous one. And this folder contains the min.css, which is generated, and the min.js, which is generated, and the corresponding maps. So with this, we are now ready to use these JS and CSS, and the app should be initialized. So we, although we did not do any change um, in the package, but we still need to load the package, and then we are ready to test our app. And now, fingers crossed, we should see test. Great. We now
In the
see,
title.
yeah, we see the title, we see our content that we provided, and we also see, although it's very small right now, but we also see this toolbar at the bottom. Okay, let's close that, and I'm going to stop this Shiny app.
So basically,
Uh,
the npm is a dependency that we need to install in order to use shinyMobile.
I think it installs it, but it probably, for me, it was probably not the latest version. And so that's why it threw that warning. But I'm not sure what actually went wrong at that time.
Okay, okay. No, I
Um,
would say because
all right. So this is where we're discussing this. Oh yeah. One thing that we need to add to our function is the shinyMobile dependency. And let's see. If
we
I
should
go to my F7 page here, this is added.
Yeah, you added.
Previously, it only said dapps equals to framework 7. Now we have added this, and now that's why it is working. Okay. It also shows us that if we look at our Shiny app and look at the JavaScript file here, it shows it under shinyMobile-build. But I did not see that. Let me rerun it. And if I look at inspect, I'm using Firefox, by the way,
Yeah,
but we should be able to see uh, that in here. If we go to, I think it's sources.
it's in
What
the
build was at
sources. You have
sources, yeah.
sources,
So if you go to, here's the sources.
storage,
Console.
debugger.
Then let me try and
But you
log
should have sources somehow.
in. I open Chrome, and then let's open the app there. Let's see sources.
Yeah,
So I don't see Shiny built folder here, although it is shown.
shiny. Yeah, you have shiny JavaScript mobile.
So it says Shiny mobile dash build. So we don't see that here. If I open this one, there's shiny main.js.
No, no, it should be in shiny mobile, I think. Yeah,
And
and
let's see.
within that.
Yeah,
So now you have document. Yeah, that's the way. It's not the same
that's
code because you bundle, and
mm,
that what bundle means, like you change the code to be really more low. Like okay, up, and then the view becomes an E.
right, right. Yeah, I
They
think
just made
probably
that.
they have this name dash builds just to indicate the version number.
I don't know how, or or maybe that was a screenshot before they used the bundle because the mini
Maybe.
version you
Mm,
see they are not pointing to the main version.
yeah, maybe. Okay. Next, Framework 7 has this notification thing that you can use to provide notification. And they provided this example to us, which we can add in our init.js. So if I scroll to that, um, so I'm going to copy this and put it right here. So here we have added this new section, which takes in the app.notification.create. We provided with two things, text that we want to show in the notification, and when the app is on and notification is shown, what to do then. In that case, we also provide this console.log
I think
notification open.
open I really like this way, like when the app opens then show this notification.
Yeah. And let's see.
Open should be an event, I think, Umair. By reading now, like open should be an event, and when this event, then press this. Like we were having that we trying to have events, so open
Hmm,
should be an event of framework 7.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It does mention events later, but I think yes, you're right. Notifications is part of the events
No, I
because
think
it
open.
shows yeah, sorry, the open
Open,
it
because
says that. Yeah,
notification is the
yeah, yeah.
one is triggered by the event. Mhm.
Right, right, right. Okay, let's run this. And oh, I already have this running. Okay, now run the build.js that we have updated in it.js and document our function, load the package, and then run it again. Okay, now we see this notification that pops up. If you look at the console, it provides us with that notification opened. Um, Not sure why we are seeing this, but anyways. Okay. Okay, next section, let's see, we have like 3 minutes left. So we have app configuration and um, events. So do you want to continue or you want to continue?
Oh, I think we can leave it like that for this. You already run an app. I know you were scoping for having the next session, but yeah, it's too much for the time we have.
Yeah, I have completed this chapter, but it's just that we don't have much time left, and this is a whole section 23.5. This goes from like it has several sections.
Yeah,
Um,
we can have it for next week. I think we are okay.
all right. I'll try to also add some part of PWA next week, hopefully.
Yeah, you have that, but I think yeah, this section have a lot of JavaScript code also.
Yeah, this
So
one
me,
does have. Yeah.
yeah, okay, because basically the part that you covered today was the easy part. You know, the easy part with minimal JavaScript, HTML translation. So